Throughout history of men, we have come to know some great love stories like Cleopatra and Mark Antony, Romeo and Juliet, Sonia and Cher, and who could forget about Fred and Wilma? But tonight, we're gonna talk of one in particular, the story about Laura and Ernesto, or as their friends tell them, Lali and Heini. Just to clarify, Heini is written like the beer, and not Heini like, well, you know what. Laura was born and raised in New York. She comes from a background of an Irish mother and a Cuban father, making her a Cuban-Irish American, or Cuban-American. Heini, in the other hand, was brought up in Mexico. His parents were also born in Mexico, but their descendants comes from Germany on behalf of his father and from Spain on behalf of his mother. Nonetheless, he's a big Mexican. Both Laura and Ernesto were raised in a close family. It was in this loving surrounding that they developed their firm character, friendliness, exquisite sense of fashion, and their love for high-activity sports. When Heini finished college, he decided to continue pursuing his thirst for knowledge, so he got himself a scholarship in Mexico to study an MBA at Wharton University in Pennsylvania. The trip was long and hard, but after some sightseeing and a necessary technical stop, he arrives to Philadelphia, where he then takes advantage of his international relationship skills and makes friends with Mike, who is another Mexican. More or less at the same time, Lali decides also to leave her family and go study to Boston University. It was in this period of their lives that Lali and Heini got to know each other for the first time, but it wasn't in Boston, nor in New York, not even in the United States. Lali went to spend the holidays with her family at Punta del Este in Uruguay. Heini was invited to this party by Mike. The spark started between both in this trip, but ended quickly when they parted back to Boston and Philadelphia. After finishing college, Lali went back to her parents' house in New York, but once she had already tasted the sweet honey of liberty without parents, she took the bold decision to move and live all alone, and she bought an apartment as far away as 3 whole blocks from her parents. When Heini finished his MBA, he was offered a job at New York, and once he moved there, he contacted Laura. The rest of the story we already know. The incredible thing about this is that despite the thousands of miles of distance, the difference in cultures, and the time variables, it's funny to see how the universe moved in a certain way to coincide all into one time, one thought, and one place, making it all build up for them to make the best out of it and start a new story. Their story. With this in mind, I would like to leave you with some images and enjoy seeing the evolution of these two people we care much about.
Feel the way I feel with your arms around me. I only wish that you could see the way you love me. Whoa, 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 the way you love me. Whoa, 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 the way you love me. Whoa, 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 the way you love me.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you.
bueno es insuperable. Todo se hace fácil cuando estás aquí, paseando tu figura en mi cuarto. Todo lo que busco lo he encontrado aquí, amarrado a tu cintura, pegadito. Pegadito, despacito, así te quiero. Se siente el aire más liviano, más calientito. Bajo la luna, nuestro baile es casi un tren imparable. Todo se hace fácil cuando estás aquí, paseando tu figura en mi cuarto. Todo lo que busco lo he encontrado aquí, amarrado a tu cintura, pegadito, pegado al imán de tu pecho. Voy dejándome llevar por el vaivén de